Hey guys, and welcome to a new series where I learn about 3 of the largest tech mods: Create Mod, Applied Logistics 2, and Greg Tech. So in this mega series, we are going to start off with my most familiar mod, the Create mod. And so we'll be playing Create Above and Beyond. If you don't know, Create Above and Beyond is a mod pack building on the Create mod with more components and things to automate using the Create mod, with the eventual goal of getting towards the moon. And also, I am going to be playing in easy mode as well as using Fulbright for recording, not like, cheating. I mean, this is just the way I like to play. There's nothing wrong with it, okay? And plus, I'm not even that good. I'm mainly playing this for technology and automation, which is fun. The first step of any world is to grind some gear, which is what's going on in the background. Just gathering some iron, making iron tools, and some resources, and the structures currently that I've run into are also pretty helpful for just loot and resources. Now, the first chapter of Create Above and Beyond, we need to automate the kinetic mechanism, which is used for multiple create machines. But first of all, we'll need to automate andesite alloy, and it's made quite differently from normal, as we need 1 andesite and 1 algal brick, which is made from kelp and clay, which is why I'm going to be digging out a little kelp pit for automation. And using this, I can craft the kelp and clay together and smelt it to make algal bricks. Now, using andesite alloy, we can make kinetic mechanisms and then into an andesite machine, which is used in a smithing table to make machines such as the press and the mixer. Now, to start off with the Create mod, I first made some water wheels and then a press using the andesite machine and an iron block, which makes iron sheets, which unlocks access to the next machines that I would need: the fan and the mixer, which can make algal blend and andesite alloy at half the price, as well as the fan, which I can put a lava bucket in front to make bulk smelting, so I don't have to use fuel for smelting anymore. The next step is to gather some more resources, as by making those machines, I've used quite a lot of iron. So we're going to go into another mod, Tinker's Construct, where we can get clay, sand and gravel to make grout, which can be smelted into seared bricks and crafted into a seared melter and heater, where we can melt metals to mold them back. And this is why minecarts are so valuable, as just by finding a mine structure, you can get so many minecarts, and by smelting them in the seared heater, you can get 5 iron each. So along with that, our ore processing has also been upgraded. By first placing the ore in a millstone, we get 3 dust out of each crushed ore. By melting it, we also get 3 ingots out of each dust. So basically a 1-to-1. But now, after a quick mining trip, we can get back to work. The first thing that we should automate is a wood farm, as wood is needed to make kinetic mechanisms. Now, if anyone's played Create before, you all know how a wood farm is made. Get a windmill bearing with some sails that can also produce SU, while being able to chop down the trees using the saws, replanting with deployers, and using a portable storage interface to connect the moving contraption to a storage system. But in Create Above and Beyond, deployers are made out of gold hands, which are actually made out of gold and not brass, which allows us to get this wood farm. Also, did you know super glue was used differently? You can't select an area like current Create, but actually apply glue to the side of a block, which allows the 2 blocks to stick to each other, which actually uses a lot more durability than normal Create. And now the tree farm is automated, so the next step is another moving contraption to be able to harvest the kelp from the kelp hole. By making more andesite machines, I can use them into a stone cutter to get portable storage interfaces as well as harvesters, which can harvest the kelp. By assembling the moving contraption similar to our tree farm, but this time with a mechanical bearing, as we don't need all the sails and just need to supply power, which is being made by the tree farm. And placing the harvesters on the side similar to the saws, it can automatically harvest and output the kelp, which is another ingredient automated. I'm not showing this much, but I've been going mining quite a lot in between as I've needed more resources. And while on a mining trip, where I wasn't recording, I actually got a netherite hoe from a randomium ore, which is like an ore that can give you just random stuff. And apparently a netherite hoe wasn't on the blacklist, so it was in the pool of items that I could have gotten. But the main reason for caving is to get lava to go to the nether, as with the nether I can get soul sand, which is for the next automation. And after making the nether portal, of course there's a fortress right at spawn. But it's also good, as that means I don't have to run around for an hour trying to find a fortress. And it's also good because there are blazes which are needed to go into the brass age. And to get blaze burners, we first start off with empty blaze burners, which are actually made from 2 iron sheets and 2 iron bars, instead of the create 4 iron sheets recipe, which I feel like is cheaper. And in the nether, I collected a couple of blaze burners and decided to go out, because I totally didn't forget what the whole point of going into the nether was. Did you? Because it was soul sand. I needed soul sand. Now that I got the soul sand, we also need some create resources, such as a drill and a fan for the next step. Have you figured out what we're making? Because now we're trying to get andesite. And in this pack, andesite is actually made from a normal cobblestone generator, except there has to be a block of bedrock at the bottom to be able to generate the andesite. So now we just dig down all the way to bedrock. If I just didn't get distracted by a massive cave directly underneath my base and just decided to go mining, I guess. Anyways, after we dig to bedrock, all we have to do is line up the cobblestone generator, as the fan is used to blow the mined items into a bubble elevator, which is what the soul sand is for. As since there's a bedrock under the cobble generator, we actually can't use methods such as a hopper or a funnel, because there's no way to pick it up. So that's what the fan is for, to blow the items into the bubble elevator, and the drill is to mine the blocks. And a lot of items were actually burning to the lava, but then I remembered there's a Careman 18 cobble gen tech where you can use walls and the shorter lava to be able to lose less items, as well as a block above, so that's nice. And the bubble elevator is the last step, where all the items get shot up back up to my base and collected, which means that's another item automated.